So I'm well aware that I might have somewhat missed the boat on this, but I want to talk about Battlefield 1, or as I like to call it, Battlefield 1. No? Right, on with the video then. Let's start with the most obvious point of discussion, the setting. World War I was certainly a bold choice on EA and DICE's part, given that I can count the number of World War I FPS games that I've heard of on one hand, and the amount of AAA games set in the period on, well, no hands. Honestly, I think me and a few other people would have preferred World War II, purely because of the larger range of environments, weapons and vehicles, but then again, it's much more refreshing for the series to head somewhere it's never been before. All I can say is thank the Lord they didn't decide to follow the trend of every other major FPS on the entire planet and make it all spacey and futuristic, because quite frankly, and you'll have to excuse my French here, Battlefield with jetpacks can fuck off. However, whilst the setting is new, exciting, and should hopefully allow for an engaging campaign mode, it does present a few problems. Firstly, vehicles. As far as I can tell, we're looking at 3 different vehicle classes: tanks, planes, and large vehicles. Tanks, unless they're going to take some gigantic artistic liberties, should in theory be largely useless. Biplane dogfights look cool as shit, and large vehicles will likely include battleships, trains, and zeppelins. I can't help wonder if they'll work in a similar way to the AC-130 gunship in Battlefield 3, circling the map on rails rather than letting one of your idiot teammates crash your strategically valuable warship into a cliff. It sounds like an interesting addition either way, but there's a noticeable lack of variety here. No helicopters, no infantry fighting vehicles, no attack boats, no quad bikes. Hell, they barely had cars back then. I also can't help but wonder if this problem will extend to the weapons too, with choice being mostly limited to rifles, pistols, and the odd machine gun. Don't worry though everyone, fear not, it's all going to be okay, because C4 horses are apparently what we've all been waiting for. It's not all doom and gloom though. For my money, what the historical setting might lack in variety, it makes up for in other ways. As a massive COD World at War fan, I have a bit of a soft spot for sniping with bolt-action rifles, and the very basic gas masks you'll have to wear to avoid having your lungs dissolved by mustard gas look like they'll add an interesting dynamic to the gameplay. There's also the fact that putting Battlefield back 100 years should conveniently get rid of a whole heap of irritating bullshit that has done its best to ruin the latest titles. Cheap lock-on launchers? Nope. Maps that devolve into one massive vehicle orgy? Nope. 37 million different weapons, each with 4,000 attachments? Actually, this is EA we're talking about here, so let's not rule anything out. Speaking of which, microtransactions are back. Yep, that's right. Everyone's favourite money-grabbing extravaganza for nickel and diming the consumer has been confirmed to return in Battlefield 1, presumably with some sort of RNG battle pack system containing weapon skins, XP boosts, and other meaningless tat. The fact that this was even considered news is downright hilarious, as it seems the micro DLC phenomenon is well and truly here to stay, both in Battlefield and the gaming industry as a whole. So then, as the community boards the hype train all the way to the Western Front, I have to admit it does feel good to be excited about Battlefield again. I've always liked historical FPS games, and I'm interested to see how the devs will deal with trying to portray the brutal slog of trench warfare both in the story and multiplayer modes. Nevertheless, it's important that we don't lose sight of the recent track record of the EA DICE partnership, a comprehensively broken BF4 launch, and the pathetic excuse for a fully rounded AAA title that was Star Wars Battlefront. Oh, and there was that one other game. What was that again? Flatline or something? Well, it can't have been that important. In any case, I'm prepared to give the franchise another chance, but they can't afford to drop the ball on this one, or else I might just be Battlefield done.